Hey guys, it's me Mario. Today on lovely Mother Mother Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. Hope you guys are enjoying the nice weather today. And again, quarantine and all that. Can't really enjoy it that much. Then again, if you social distance from everyone, you'll be fine. I guess you'll be fine. Today we're gonna have chapter 2 of Arcta, the Mountain Giant, the Beast Quest book. Alright. Swept away. Tom spun around. A sludgy torrent of mud was surging down the hill towards them. It looked as if the ground was melting. With a terrified snort, Storm struggled to his feet, his coat caked with mud. Silver tugged at Elena's sleeve, trying to drag her to safety. As Tom started to make his way back down the hill to them, the ground gave way beneath him. He cried out as he was sucked into the thick swirling mud and swept down the hillside, his back scraping over tree roots as he went. Tom saw in a gasp as the mass of dark mud he was caught in rushed towards her. When the mudslide hit Elena, she reached for Tom's hand. She caught hold of it for a moment, but it was soon wrenched away. Tom reached out for her again, but his fingers closed on grass and mud. "Elena!" he yelled. Storm kicked wildly as he tried to escape the mudslide. Tom threw himself to one side to avoid the horse's thrashing hooves. Silver leaped to the other side of the hill. Elena's head disappeared under the mud. I can't breathe, she yelled, fighting her way to the surface. "Reach out to your right," Tom shouted. Grab hold of Storm's reins. Blindly, Elena reached out and managed to catch hold of the trailing leather. As the waves of mud tossed Tom around, he caught a glimpse of the hillside above them. The entire top half was collapsing. Trees and bushes were being torn furiously from the ground and tumbling into the mud. "We'll be buried alive," Tom thought. He reached out for something solid to grab. His hand scraped against a boulder, and he managed to find a fingerhold. He fought to hang on to the wet rock. As mud and pebbles rushed past him, he wasn't sure how long he could keep his grip. Storm swept past, dragging Elena behind him as she clung to his reins. Then the horse slammed into the ground of tall, sturdy trees. Group of tall, sturdy trees, and Elena crashed into him. Don't let go of Storms' reins, Elena, Tom shouted above the roar. He saw that Elena was holding on with all her might, snorting with fear. Storm struggled to hold himself upright, leaning heavily against the trees. Desperately, Tom tried to pull himself up the side of the boulder. He was exhausted, but he had to keep trying. The ground was shaking. The black mud was sucking at his ankles, but using all his strength, he kept pulling himself up. Just a little more, just a little further, But he wasn't quick enough. With Elena's screaming echoes in his ears, he praised himself as another surge of mud hit him. He was almost stripped from the boulder by the force of it. It was all he could do to not drag breath into his lungs. As the heavy wave of mud and pebbles roared past, tearing at his clothes and grazing his skin. With a final burst of strength, Tom reached for the top of the boulder. He let out a loud yell as he clawed his way to the top. His voice echoed above the angry churning of the mud. He wasn't going to be defeated, but the mud kept coming, pulling fiercely at Tom's legs. He would hear his knuckles pop. He would hear his knuckles popping as he strained to keep his grip on the slippery boulder. He thrashed his legs and found a foothold just to his right. Wedged his foot into it, taking the strain off his fingers. I need to drink. It is very hot today, this fine Mother's Day. And it is close, it's even hotter. So, I hope you guys are still enjoying my videos. And those two that I uploaded before yesterday, I believe, were supposed to be uploaded last week, so my nose bridge is sweating because it's so hot. I swear it's like 70 degrees out today. Tom was exhausted. It felt as if he were wearing a suit of armor. Every small movement took enormous effort. Shivering with cold, he wrapped his arms around Storm's neck, sinking his hands into the horse's thick, muddy mane. Sinking his hands into the horse's thick, muddy mane. I was so scared, said Elena, hugging Tom tight. I thought we were going to die. Me too, gasped Tom. His legs felt Wobbly? Wobbly. You're freezing, said Elena. Tom saw that Elena was shivering too, and her face was pale. This wasn't the time to show weakness. He had to be strong. I'm all right, he said. I'll soon warm up once we get moving. But you should rest up before you fight Arcta. Elena nodded. Good idea. Let's get to safer ground and then make camp. The four of them hiked towards the rocky outcrop Tom had spotted earlier. The rain had stopped, but the ground was still thick with mud. They made their way up, painfully and slowly. By the time they reached the rocks, the sun had set. The air had grown colder, and it was now too dark to see. Guided by starlight, Tom and Elena found a cave in the outcrop. Let's make a camp here, Tom suggested. He could tell from the look on Elena's face that she was scared. What if there's another mudslide? She asked. We could be trapped inside. Tom knew they didn't have a choice. It was too cold and too dangerous to spend the night without some shelter. Excuse me? They would have to take their chances. They stepped into the cave. It smelled damp and echoed with their footsteps. As they lay down on some dry leaves, Tom wished they could have a warm fire. His stomach was growling with hunger. His stomach was growling with hunger too. But before he could suggest they build a fire or cook some dinner, he fell asleep. Well, duh. What would you do after surviving a mudslide like that? You would fall asleep, wouldn't you? I sure would. I get tired after 30 minutes of walking outside. And then I have to go all the way to the sign of my hometown. This is my little community town thing. I can't say the name because future stalkers and all that. It is a nice day outside though. After I upload this video and the Dragon Book, I will go outside and walk. After I eat lunch, of course. Right. Yeah, it's around 11, so. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos. And I look very tired, I know. My hair is absurdly long, but I haven't had a chance to cut it since lockdown and all that, so. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos. And I hope I will see you guys in the next one. Alright. See ya.